Hey guys, what's going on? StormRider36 here, and today we are back with another Overwatch gameplay commentary for two reasons why this is actually the video that I decided to pick. One, I play as Zarya, and I do pretty decent as her. And two, you're going to notice that there's a lot of fucking Reapers. That's right. This enemy team decided to go, I think, most Reaper. I don't know if they were full Reaper the entire game, but for most of the game, they were Reapers. Everywhere. Except for towards the end, because Reaper can't push the last point on King's Row because it becomes a little bit longer ranged. So they switch off. But I just wanted to make this commentary, you know, kind of talking about the balances in, I almost said TF2 because, I don't know, I've been watching a lot of TF2 lately and playing a lot of TF2 lately. But anyway, about Overwatch. So every hero in Overwatch has their counter. Whether it be Roadhog, McCree, Torbjorn, you know, everybody that you see commonly has a counter now. Depending on how good you are with that character, it debates the level of counter. So if it's a character that you've never played before, but they're still a counter, they're a minor counter because you don't know how to use that character, you don't know how to counter the specific character that you changed that character to counter. Okay, that got really confusing. So, for example, you don't play Zarya very often, you don't really understand her, you don't know what's going on. You switch to her to counter a Roadhog, because she's a natural counter to Roadhog. Well, you're not going to know what to do, and the Roadhog's still going to be able to run rampant because of the fact that you don't know how to play Zarya. So, ergo, you're only a minor counter, because, you know, you might start getting it a little bit, but you're not going to be perfect, because you don't play Zarya very often, it's understandable. But you know, inexperienced Zarya switching to counter a Roadhog shuts down the Roadhog, or, you know, makes the teammates able to kill the Roadhog because Zarya puts up a shield on the teammates. A smart Roadhog won't shoot the shield because of the fact that it'll power up a Zarya, and then you're just kind of there to take damage from the enemy team for that, like, 1 second that the shield is on them. So, you know, you're kind of just sitting there twiddling your thumbs while you're getting shot. Now, Roadhog's fat, but, you know, he's not that fat. And, you know, it just becomes an issue, and then you might have to switch off a Roadhog or try to pick off those characters that are lone away from Zarya, somewhere that Zarya can't shield them from, you know, something like that. But then it comes to Zarya is a natural counter to high damaging characters such as Reaper. Reaper, you know, is a very, very good close range killer. He is made to be an offensive hero. You can see why he is. He picks up souls after each kill so he can sustain a kill streak, so he can stay alive in fights, because a lot of people focus on Reapers because when they teleport in, you know, they could be anywhere near you, and it would really, you know, suck if teammates didn't focus them. But, you know, where was I going with that? So a good Reaper will be able to take out bad Zarya, no problem, but a good Zarya knows how to counter a Reaper. And you're going to see, I think I'm an average Zarya. I'm never going to say I'm super good at any character because I'm not. And, you know, I play a lot less Overwatch than I used to, so, you know, that makes it even worse. But, you know, I still like to play it. It's still a fun game. It's kind of bothersome that, you know, you need almost a full team of competent people, because when you play in quick play, you don't get that all the time. I would try competitive, but, you know, like I said, I don't play Overwatch very often, so it's like, you know, I just don't think about it, to be honest with you. So, anyway, back to the task at hand. So, Zarya is a perfect counter to Reaper. Now, that's 1v1. When there's multiple of the same hero, it is very difficult to use a counter for that specific hero, because of the fact that that hero is, there's multiple of them. 1v1, Zarya can beat a Reaper a lot of the time, because all Zarya does is put up a shield, and then she's able to take up damage, and then Reaper gets killed because of the damage boost. But, you know, excuse me, but, you know, if there's 5 Reapers, 4 Reapers, 6 Reapers, even just 2, if Zarya's fighting them at the same time, it's a little bit more difficult for her to be a counter. When it comes down to hero stacking, when it comes down to having multiple of the same hero on one team, it turns into less of having one hero counter one hero into a team strategy countering that other team's strategy. Now, that's kind of complicated, and it, you know, it requires a team of competent players, maybe people you're talking to, you know, but it requires teamwork, which, you know, as I've stated, quick play Overwatch matches don't always have teamwork. So really, if you're a solo player, if you play with your friends, play based off of your other teammates, whether they be randoms or your team or your friends. If your friends don't want to play support, bite the bullet, play support. If your randoms don't want to play support, well, guess what? You're gonna have to play support. It's just kind of a thing that happens. Everybody does it. Everybody has those days where they don't want to play support, but they have to, because if you don't really have a support, you're not really gonna win. But you know, that's just my opinion. You could think I'm dead wrong, and that's okay. But anyway, like I was saying, so you can see that these Reapers really like gang up on me, the Roadhog, because Reaper is designed to destroy tanks because of his close range, high powering shotguns. But Zarya is a tank that doesn't care about that because of the fact that because I'm watching the gameplay, she can put on a shield that makes it so that, you know, all of the damage is returned as a damage buff for her. But you're seeing right here, you know, multiple Reapers just kind of takes care of that, because I can't fight multiple people at the same time, you know. It's really complicated, but not at the same time, if that makes any sense at all. Because it's not very complicated, because, you know, you see a bunch of the same hero, you work with your team to try and counter that hero, but, you know, it doesn't always work like that. And I guess this is where game balancing comes in, where Blizzard's game is actually extremely balanced because there's counters to every hero, but it's hard to counter one hero that you see multiple times when they're hero stacked, which is, you know, like 3 Torbjorns on the same team. That's hero stacking Torbjorn. It's hard if you're the only one countering. Now, a simple way to do that is to just all switch to that one counter. Then the other characters can't do anything, because if you're all that counter, it works. But, you know, there's also the more complicated ways, which is, you know, work up a strategy, try and, you know, have, like, a plan. Like, we started having Junkrats put up traps everywhere with mines around them, because that's a very, very good way to stop people from flanking, very, very good way to stop people from moving, because it's a pretty quick kill on all offensive characters. Another person switched to Zarya because they saw I was doing well with Zarya in this situation. So, you know, there's that. And there's a whole bunch of different things. A lot of people could switch to Mei because Mei is just a natural shutdown to a lot of people. And, you know, that would work. You know, you could all switch to Genji and start reflecting the Reaper bullets. You know, that's a thing. You could have Genji Zarya, so Genji could be reflecting, and then as soon as Reflect runs out, Zarya puts up the shield on Genji. You know, there's there's hundreds of ways to do this, and that's just for Reaper, a whole Reaper team. You know, and the reason I'm making this commentary is not just to you know, shit on hero stacking or tell people that one hero can counter another. It's to really make people realize that, you know, seeing multiple of one hero on one team isn't an instant, like, bad thing. You just need to work together as a team to fight the other team. That's why Blizzard thinks that hero stacking is okay. That's why they let it happen, because of the fact that if you're gonna hero stack, if one team's gonna hero stack, the other team has to adapt. The other team has to, you know, make sure that they counter it. Because Overwatch is meant to be a team-played game, a game worked on based on teamwork, yada yada yada, all that stuff. And you know, I think it's really cool that Blizzard, you know, put this subtle mechanic into the game. You can go into Overwatch as an offensive character and just wreck house, be a solo pusher, solo flanker, you know, do whatever you need to do. You can do that. But then, if you're a player like me who just likes to win, doesn't really care about kills and deaths, you can go in there and work with teammates and partner up with each other and do something about it. You know what I mean? Which is what I really like to do, and I really like Zarya for that reason, that she gives me the ability to work with people even though I'm not talking to them. Same with Mercy, because I can link to somebody, give them damage boost without talking to them, and they know what I'm doing. So, you know, that's really, you know, the basis of this commentary is, you know, either play with friends that you can work with, or play as characters that you can work with random people that, you know, you don't really need to talk to them to work with them. Like, you can put a shield on somebody in the middle of a fight and they're helping you as Zarya, and you're helping them because you're making them, you know, a harder to kill target. But, you know, there's also the, what's it called? You know, they might come back and help you. You know, like you scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's what I was trying to think of. So it's not the end of the world that, you know, somebody dies, or that somebody, you know, helps you and then you help them. So never be afraid to help people. Never be afraid to, you know, pick a teammate up with mercy if it's just them, if the objective is right there and it's being taken. Never be afraid to throw down armor packs all the time as Torbjorn, not just for yourself but for your teammates, you know. And that's really it. That's really all I have to say. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. I hope you guys will take some of these tips and use them in your games, and I hope to see you guys on the battlefields of Overwatch. But again, thank you all so much for watching. This play of the game is pretty sick. This Reaper did a pretty good job, even though, you know, I killed him at the very end, but we don't need to worry about that. He gets like a quad. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.